So today we're looking at two printers that are honestly trying to solve two completely different problems, but together they create one of the most complete home office setups you can get right now. On one side, you have the Epson EcoTank ET-4800, which is all about saving money, printing thousands of pages without constantly replacing cartridges, and handling everyday work like scanning, copying, and wireless printing. And on the other side, you've got the Workforce Pro WF-7310, which is built for people who want big prints, fast output, and professional-looking documents up to 13 by 19 inches. Now the interesting thing is, most people buy printers expecting them to do everything perfectly, and then they realize halfway through owning one that it either drinks ink like crazy, prints too slowly, or completely falls apart when you try to print something larger than a standard sheet of paper. These two printers are basically designed to fix those exact problems. The ET-4800 is probably one of the easiest printers to recommend if you print regularly at home. And the reason is simple. Cartridge-free printing changes everything. Instead of buying tiny expensive cartridges every few weeks, you refill ink tanks directly. And Epson includes enough ink in the box that for a lot of people, it can literally last years depending on usage. That alone already makes this printer feel smarter than most options in the same price range. And setup is surprisingly clean. You fill the tanks once, power it on, connect it to Wi-Fi, and from there everything becomes wireless. Laptop, desktop, tablet, smartphone. Pretty much anything can send documents directly to the printer. And that's the kind of convenience that matters because nobody wants to keep plugging cables in during 2026. The print quality is actually impressive for a printer focused on efficiency. Text comes out sharp, colors look vibrant enough for presentations and school projects, and photos are better than what most people expect from an office-focused machine. It's not trying to replace a professional photo printer, but for normal users, family photos, graphics, invoices, reports, all of it looks clean. Now one thing I noticed with the ET-4800 is how practical it feels. It scans, it copies, it faxes. And yeah, fax still exists somehow. But the point is, it's trying to be an all-in-one solution without becoming complicated. The automatic document feeder also makes scanning multiple pages way easier than flatbed-only printers. But then we move to the Workforce Pro WF-7310, and this thing changes the conversation completely. Because this printer is built for people who want scale. Bigger documents, bigger graphics, bigger productivity. Printing up to 13 by 19 inches is a huge deal if you're designing posters, architectural layouts, marketing material, menus, photography sheets, or just want presentations that actually stand out. Most regular printers stop at standard paper sizes, but this one goes wide format. And honestly, once you use wide format printing, it's hard to go back. And the speed here is serious. You can tell this printer is designed for business users or creators who don't want to sit around waiting forever for pages to come out. It handles large jobs smoothly, and the dual paper trays are incredibly useful because you can keep different paper types loaded at the same time. The design also feels more premium and productivity-focused. Bigger footprint, yes, but it makes sense because this printer is clearly targeting people doing higher volume work. And the print quality on large documents is excellent. Sharp edges, bold colors, and detailed graphics. Especially for presentations or creative work, this thing delivers. Wireless functionality is also here, which is now basically mandatory. AirPrint support, mobile printing, voice assistant compatibility, cloud printing, all the modern features are included. So whether you're printing from your phone or directly from cloud storage, it works smoothly. What's interesting is how these two printers complement each other. The EcoTank ET-4800 is the everyday efficient machine. Low running costs, reliable printing, family use, student work, office documents, scanning, copying. It's built to quietly save you money over time. Meanwhile, the WF-7310 is more like the productivity beast. Bigger projects, creative printing, faster workflows, professional layouts. It's the printer you buy when regular printers start feeling limiting. And honestly, Epson has become one of the strongest names in printers because they understand something a lot of companies missed. People don't just want cheap printers anymore. They want printers that stay affordable after the purchase. Because the real cost has always been the ink. That's why EcoTank became so popular. Once people realized they could print thousands of pages without constantly buying cartridges, the entire market shifted. And you can feel that philosophy in the ET-4800 immediately. Now, if you're someone working from home, running a small business, creating content, printing study material, or managing a family setup, these printers actually make a lot of sense depending on your needs. If your priority is efficiency and low cost, the ET-4800 is probably the better pick. If your priority is large format printing and productivity, the WF-7310 becomes incredibly attractive. And one underrated thing about both of these printers is reliability. There's nothing worse than needing to print something urgently, and your printer suddenly refuses to cooperate. These feel stable, consistent, less frustrating. And honestly, that's one of the biggest compliments you can give any printer. The display interface is simple enough that even non-tech users can figure it out without a problem. And the mobile app support means you don't even need to sit at a computer half the time. You can literally print documents directly from your phone while sitting on the couch. Now, obviously no printer is perfect. The ET-4800 isn't the fastest printer in the world, especially compared to larger office-focused machines. And the WF-7310 takes up more desk space because of the wide format capability. But those trade-offs make sense for what each machine is trying to accomplish. These printers aren't flashy gadgets, but they solve real problems. And sometimes the best tech products are the ones that quietly make everyday life easier.